Hello, it's Ripples of Success, and I am so glad to be here today with Christie Buckley. Hi, Christie.
Hi, Karen.
Christie hangs out with us a lot. She is our fabulous accountant, and she also is creating online school and doing a ton of cool stuff. She's a leader in her community and is a really great person to have in our world. We're very happy to have you.
Thanks. That's very nice to hear.
So we thought we would chat today a little bit about the next level leader spectrums, and we got talking, and then I'm like, oh, I have to hit record because this stuff is really good. We're talking about how, like, the difference between when you're newly on the leadership path and as you start to grow as a leader. And you work with people at kind of all the different places in their own leadership journey. So tell me about sort of how do you see it happening as people build their own leadership skills?
I think it's personal and different for everyone. Some people start with a grounded alignment. Some people find that later as they get overwhelmed and realize that it's a need. Personal mastery, typically, I think, is where they start, because how do you become a leader in a particular field without getting some sort of mastery? Influence comes with the territory. As people start to respect you and trust you, obviously they're going to follow your advice, especially if it starts working. Then they're going to do it faster, easier, all the time. Active growth, for me, it's been very, very organic. So I haven't really done much until recently to trigger that. So I'm growing a lot more in that area as well lately. And interdependence has been awesome for me now that I have a great group of people that I can rely on and trust, and really understand me and what I want, and can, some people even have learned to adapt and find my voice.
Yeah.
Like TKL Media, for example, who handles my social media. They've really tapped into me, and there's really very few revisions now and very little effort coming from me.
That's really awesome. When you start creating that combined effort, right? You get two people who are two groups that really know who they are and where they're at, and can then come together and create something more.
Yeah, like what you guys do for me too.
Yes, absolutely.
It's made my life a lot easier, connecting all of my courses together and helping me learn better ways to manage those systems.
That's awesome. I'm very happy to be helpful. Excellent. Yeah, we're working with you on building out your savvy learning systems.
Savvy Learning Solutions.
Solutions. Oh, I was
We
saying that right.
branded as Savvy Community. It's okay. It's still in
Savvy
development. We
community.
haven't even launched. You haven't seen any marketing or any of that
No.
stuff. But I love the way it's all coming together. It's been really good.
That's awesome. Yeah, we've been having a lot of fun working together on that project and making sure that we're helping you create the look and feel that you're wanting. And that comes from that sense of really knowing sort of who you are and being able to lean into your own intuition. So, like, tell me, how do you find, what's the question I want to ask? It's I've seen you do a lot with your intuition. So
Oh, I do. But the foundation of my success is tailoring solutions to who I'm working with, or connecting people, or collaborations, I like to say. And over many, many years, what I do in my community is kind of teach them how to collaborate, which might sound silly. A lot of people think they know, but they don't actually know. So it's really nice to do that. And the reason why a lot of people come to me and they trust me is because I'll wait till I find that win-win-win. Win for you, win for me, win for the neighborhood, right?
You bet. You bet. And so when you're teaching those skills around collaboration, where do you start with them?
Well, I usually try to get a feel for, do they even know their competition, their market, their target? A lot of people haven't put a lot of thought into that. They're just kind of going by the seat of their pants, right?
Yeah.
So Grovantage is also a great program that I'm collaborating with to teach people how to do that. And you do a lot of the teaching in there as well. And so does Karen. And it's just really neat, all the different levels that we connect on.
It's true.
And we're really showing people how collaboration works. We're building each other up, and it's win-win-win. And there's absolutely no negative experience that I've had in the whole
No.
process.
No, it's we found the same. And it's interesting. I was explaining to my husband actually about the sort of who you are and where you fit in all of the things that we're doing. So I'm like, well, she's our accountant, but she's also this, and she's also this, and she's also this. And these are all the places that we have woven together in the interdependent approach that we've taken with our businesses. And
Yeah,
it's
really walking the talk, right? Like,
well, this is it. And creating something more than what we would have had on our own.
right. And we just really enhance each other, which I'm just totally loving. And so is everybody else that can see anything. My husband likes to describe it as he does physically have blue eyes, but he says, oh my gosh, I've got such blue eyes when he's trying to understand what I'm doing with all of you as well, right? He's like, and how does she play in? And who is this person? And when are they coming for dinner? Like, who are these people? So, and he calls it blue eyes because one blew this way, one blew that way. So he feels confused and he doesn't know what to focus on.
That's awesome. I love that.
That's a typically feminine and masculine sort of, and I don't mean gender when I say that, but a typically feminine thought process is very multitasking. There's lots of moving parts. Like when I'm in a meeting with you, I might be thinking, ooh, did I take something out for dinner later? Oh, is my son going to be picked up from school? Okay. Ooh, it's like there's always more going on. And my husband's very linear, very logical, very one thing at a time. I can't even speak to him while he's doing something. I need to wait till he's done and looks up and lets me speak.
It's so true. It's so true. And it's different approaches and being able to work and weave in those different approaches. And I know you're really skilled at that.
Well, the coaching really brings that out too, right? You need to be able to reach people on their own level.
Yeah.
So it's not important necessarily for me to choose the words. It's important for me to model the way you talk and the way you need to receive it. So, and that's where the intuition comes in again, right? You can really tell, even in video chat, even on the telephone.
Yep.
You can tell if you're connecting, if they're understanding you.
Absolutely. That flip point, that new belief in the interdependence model in next level leader spectrums is around trusting yourself. So do you remember a time where, sort of one of those first times where you really saw or understood that you trusted yourself as opposed to looking outside of you for all the answers?
Yeah, when I decided to give up my corporate job and start my own gig, my husband couldn't understand why I wouldn't want the expense account, the salary, and the pension. Really couldn't understand that, and really didn't think that I would make a good go of it.
Yeah.
But that was a mindset, and I'm a natural entrepreneur. So as much as that was uncomfortable, I did it anyway, and I proved him that this was going to work. And look at how we've grown. And then I pushed him out of his comfort zone as I was growing again when our children got older, and I was ready to actually be really serious about the business and take it from something that fed my lifestyle into something that is going to be my legacy. It'll be here long after I'm gone. So buying this building was very uncomfortable for him as well, because he's not an entrepreneur. He is not comfortable with the risk, and the adventuring that I do is sometimes he's like, okay, but okay, it always works. I'm going to just be quiet.
Yes, our partners and spouses sometimes just hold on for the ride, don't they?
Well, and I just thank God he loves me, because sometimes I really push him out of his comfort zone.
It's so true. It's so true.
And he tempers me really well. So it's nice to have that opposite perspective. So it's the same reason I've been successful in networking and connecting with people. Like I really look for people who are different than me. If I go to a networking event, I don't look for the comfortable person in the room who looks just like me or does the same job because it's easy to connect with them. I would like, who is this most different from me? Usually the one in the corner, dressed wildly different from me and just as different as can be, and I'll start there. And then the rest of it is so much easier that it's more of a joyful experience. I used to have crippling anxiety. So these were tactics that I used to get over that and stop being so introverted and connect with people, and don't be afraid to say hello to a stranger.
It's so good. Such great advice. And I've talked to people before about how do you connect in a networking event? And this is a place where, leaders tend to be more extroverted, but sort of the people we see as leaders, right? I'm doing the quotes, right? Because I think when we think about leaders, we think about people who are at the front of the room or on the stage. But the reality is that we have the capacity to lead in all sorts of our areas of our lives. And when people are leading in the way that you're just talking about, right? Taking that, making that effort to reach out to somebody, to use your own influence, right? By showing up, those are places that people lead. They don't even realize they're leading.
Right. Even just being present in the moment and giving that person your full attention.
Absolutely.
Does a lot to connect, right?
Absolutely. So what's next for you? I know you've got all kinds of cool stuff on your on your agenda.
Well, we're launching the entrepreneurial program, which you will be participating in. So that'll be so fun. Right now we're hunkered down getting through tax season and helping everybody understand that. And I have been doing a lot of training and moving around it with my staff, and our process and different things have been refined so that I can take more of an oversight approach rather than having to do a lot of the entry myself. And that's been going really well. They're coming along really well. So that seems to be great. The learning community will be coming. I'm launching the GrowVantage program. Looks like May.
Nice.
Facebook groups, my memberships are launching, my new sites are coming out soon, so it'll be nice when those radio commercials are pointing you to nice fancy websites that look good and professional rather than the placeholders I've kind of got up there for now.
Yeah.
But that was all done purposely as well, right? COVID taught us all a lot, and I decided to be really transparent and allow people to see that the struggle is real for everyone.
Yeah.
Even me, right?
Yeah.
So I was supposed to launch this learning community over a year ago. There were setbacks. It was very public. It's okay. We've been very transparent about everything, and everyone's had a really good response. And I think it actually has helped them understand that it's okay. Let's focus on progress, not perfection. So if you're making progress every day, let's be happy with that. Yeah. Don't beat yourself down. Don't cause resistance to the success. Just keep making progress.
I love that. I love that. Progress, not perfection. And those steps are the places that move us forward.
Yeah. And I'm walking my talk. I'm showing them, yeah, this is what happens when you do it yourself with a template. That sucks. This is what happens when you hire a team and collaborate. Wow, look at the reveal, right?
Yep. It's so true. It's so true. And I think this is one of the challenges that a lot of solopreneurs have is, we come into this thinking, we're going to focus on our brilliance, and we end up spending so much time wearing all the other hats, and really coming into this interdependent collaborative space allows us to lean into other people's brilliance. I love that you've done that. And not only have you done it, but you've done it in a way that allows people to see your journey and to learn and grow, and that vulnerability gives people a place to land with you. And I really love that about you.
Oh, thanks. You guys are really great that way too. I think that's why we're such a good fit.
I think so too. It's been awesome chatting with you. I love being able to see really how you are a next level leader in all of these spectrums, and being able to work with you guys. It's been great, and I'm so glad you're here. Thank you.
Thank you.